Check 99. Check 99.
H32AT. Chopper, chopper. Let him.
It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
66. Bullet high.
Check 13. Check 13. Ready.
On second down, it's Sanders. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Ready.
Mike 6. I'm here all day. I'm here all day. Hey, check Mike. Check Mike. Mike 6. Mike 6. On game.
They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. Looking deep downfield. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. A big play there. 53 yards as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Extra point right down the middle, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This is taken at the 3. And out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Kenny Clark, the big D tackle there to make the stop.
At the 27-yard line.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. And he'll give it here to his running back. He'll have a first down past the 40. And down right around the 37. And they will finally haul him down at the Dolphins' 37-yard line.
I don't care what the game plan was coming in. After these runs,
you're running it, right?
you make sure you keep circling on your play sheet, running plays that are working, and keep patting those big offensive linemen on the back. They're doing a great job.
It goes without saying the defense is going to have to adjust to it.
In a big way, and they've got to figure out, do they have to sell out to stop the run, or can they just do it better than what they've done so far?
Now a handoff here to his running back. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and no more. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 36-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
You down. 18 games. Hard. Pilot 64. Weak. Hey, Hayward. Crunch. Shoot. SOS. Go.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to let this one go deep. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. picked off down at the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is third down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punt. It's not an altogether bad result.
Hey, I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Slam.
Check. Leo. Take four.
They start on the ground here at Sanders. And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Going up top. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
We said it before the game, and I think it's still apparent. If these guys are going to advance in these, have it coming off the edge.
Yeah, wild card round. They told us the wild card could be that defensive pressure. They showed it there. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Fielded just inside the 30. Great blocking, nearly sprung him there. 28-yard return. And the Steeler offense, they're set up nicely as they take over.
Let's go. 10 logo. Christian, travel.
Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Juju Smith-Schuster, 42 yards. And the Steelers have taken the lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 14-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency. Move the ball at least a few times on offense. Get a couple of first.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. After the sack, oh, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. They'll drop to throw. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And they'll have a short field to work with inside the 15 at the 13-yard line. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. If there was one area that the coach emphasized in our pregame meeting, it was red zone offense.
In a sense I got from it, and I think you did as well, they weren't real happy with how they were executing previously, so they put a lot of time and effort into it because getting points is paramount. Doesn't matter what you do otherwise, don't leave the red zone without putting points on the board.
And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
Brings up 2nd and 1. at the 3-yard line.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard.
Hey, stand up.
I'm going to run you over. Switch. Hey, watch this.
General West.
36.
Undercross. Hit it.
And again this time to the tailback. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Only gets a yard, but it's enough to set him up 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal.
They're not ready for this, man. They're not ready for this. They still playing sucker.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. From 3 yards out. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead.
CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone.
Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 21-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
2nd and 4. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And he'll be brought down right around the 37.
6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes it's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Mike 6. Let's go.
He'll drop to throw. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 38. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. The Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection.
Hey, what's the ball? Joker. He's crashing. He's checking crack.
You draw Porter. Let's go.
They'll look to throw. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. The Steelers able to pick up 18 yards there. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Here's a quick hitch route, and the throw complete. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he get a good head of steam going.
Buying time to his left. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things has gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget.
Ready? 10-2 start.
Check 53. Stop your whining.
They're going to look to throw. That's going to be caught. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. As his guys are in for 6. Broaden their lead. Now, he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
Extra point right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They've got to be a little shell-shocked. Down double digits at home in the playoffs. Still in the first half. They've got to turn things around quickly. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. He's picked off near his own 48. And a great return here gets this one all the way down to the 26-yard line.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
Here we go. 15 line. 15 line.
Get in the weight room.
Defense.
Now they try the right side here. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Watch the run.
Topper.
2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. Coming up at the half, we remind you that we're going to do what we've done all year. We'll get you down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown on what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin the road to the up. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Looking to throw. And he's going to go down again.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. And that's the risk of the long field goal miss here at this stage of the second quarter. You give up great field position.
And that gives them one more opportunity to make something happen and something big. And we've seen crazy stuff happen at the end of halves.
Switch. Hey, switch gears. Kill.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
I'd say it's pretty good strategy. If you throw interceptions on back-to-back drives, let's see if the running backs can handle the ball a little bit, get things going. And also, you motivate your offensive line. I think they're in the mood to fire out and hit someone.
I thought the defense, though, might be a little more prepared for that run. Pretty good gain on the ground.
Let's go, team. It's going to be a long day, offense. It's going to be a long day, Charlie. Check 24.
2nd and 1. Trying to lay one up deep. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 14. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You've got the good-sized lead. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd.
It's a gain of 16 yards, but it brings up
Let's go. 18 gainer. Check 53. Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together. Get it.
They'll set up to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. The Steelers send out their punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. So we're at halftime in this AFC wildcard matchup as we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. First down, Miami, as they get set to start the drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Another run with Sanders. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Dolphins first down. A couple of very nice carries to start this drive out.
Yeah, 2 first downs. And how about that second one? What a nice run on that particular play. I'm telling you, this game is easy if they continue to rip off yardage like this.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Running right, here's Sanders. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Ready?
Mike, 56, right there, 56. Yeah, let's get that ball, Dan. Let's get that ball right here.
Box track. 56. Mike's 56.
We own them. We own them.
2nd and 11. And Sanders has got it complete. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Hey, check 24. Watch 24.
Delta.
Back to throw here. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 14. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman?
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
with the Eagles?
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct.
Come on, set. 10 Lobo. Go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who could do more than one thing, and I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
53.
Hey, we're pretty quiet, D. We're pretty quiet.
Slam.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to be met at about the 43. And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down. He'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's going to have the 1st down, yardage to the 35. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a 1st down.
1st down, Pittsburgh.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Set the tone, defense. Let's go. Check 3.
53 to Mike. 53. Hey, high 7.
Check. 53 to Mike.
They'll look to throw here. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh 1st.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10.
You don't want none, baby. You don't want none. Hey, you don't want to see me. Hey, Alpha. Mike, 53.
2nd and 10. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll get an update when we come back to Miami.
Here we go. 30 base. Exit.
They go play action here on 1st down. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown,
you want 2.
You're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the second one.
6-6, pull it high. And ready.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead.
Look, we all know that sometimes we see upsets in the wild card round. But I have to tell you, in this case, I did not see that coming.
I don't think anyone in the stadium saw it coming. You and I were coming in before the game. There was a couple in front of us talking about travel plans for next weekend. They might want to cancel those.
Yeah, I would say so, because right now it's looking more and more like they're going to be one and done. They're probably trying to call the hotel, make sure they get their security deposit back.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half. Okay, because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, "Wake up.
Yeah.
Let's get moving, guys."
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
You think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
He'll look to throw. He's going to air one out. And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 45. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them. 3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Again, they run with Hill. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3.
The ball carried by number 25.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. 1 quarter remains for the right to survive round 1 here in the AFC. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Kill, kill, kill. Turn up. Kill, kill, kill.
They'll try and run for it with Hill. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. A rough go there on 3rd down, a loss of 4. The Steelers send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. This is fielded at the 27. Well, not good at all. Punted just 24 yards there. And it'll be Dolphin football. First down, Miami, as they get set to start the drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers.
Watch 61. Matchbox, right. He's checking. Crash. Ready, go.
Another run here with Sanders. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Give him 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a first down. I tell you, they didn't give it to him much through the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Yeah, not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. As you noted, they want to ride him down the stretch. He should have fresh legs.
Scene 6. 56. Go. 6 right there.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And that's complete to Sanders. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. A Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
This quarterback now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. They'll run. It's Sanders. As Sanders has it poked free. And it looks like Steeler football. It is.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget. Absolutely.
On the ready.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Gonna look deep for Wilson. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, it's Hill. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they won't put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
And the Steelers on 3rd down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 4. Back to throw. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And he's got another 1st down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 31-yard line.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
Give them 9 yards on the 2nd down screen play.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
They'll set up a throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a first down.
53 is the mic.
Look, squeeze.
They'll go with Hill here on first down. Able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
2nd and 6. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it can be tipped up and picked off.
No.
Now back to throw. That one complete to Hill. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go!
At their own 25-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this? And a big loss here as he's taken down.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 36. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
His guys take over 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Watch a slant, watch a slant, watch a slant.
They try to run on 1st down, but this defense says no dice. They stop them a couple yards behind the line of scrimmage. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and that'll make it 2nd and 12. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long.
Rush in, rush in, rush in.
And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
They said beginning of the season they wanted to get past the wild card round. Well, they just got past the wild card round.
How about that, being able to put the big check marks up in the locker room, right? Get to the wild card game, check, got that done. Win a wild card game, big check. Now you've got to go ahead and set your sights higher. There is a bigger prize out there, and they still have an opportunity.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. And with that, we sign off from Miami.